Dr. Ronny Jackson with us. He served under both President Trump and President Barack Obama. I want to go over, John Roberts mentioned this, and this is Regeneron and this antibody cocktail that is fairly new, but it's funny because earlier in the week, not funny, but earlier in the week, they had talked about moving this and fast-tracking this with the FDA. What do we know about it, Dr. Jackson?
Well, we know it's close, Sean. It's in phase 3 clinical trials right now. It's human testing. We already know it's got some really incredible, promising results, and it's going to be close to FDA approval, and that should be coming fairly soon. So the president was able to reach out to the FDA and to the company, and they were able to get authorization to use it under compassionate use for the president, and so he's using that. And it's monoclonal antibodies, so they go through thousands of human antibodies, and they expose them to the coronavirus, and they find the ones that are most effective in killing or locking up the virus so that it can't cause infection. And they found these 2 particular antibodies that are very good. They've mixed them up in a cocktail, and that's what this drug is. It's a cocktail of 2 monoclonal antibodies that are very effective at binding to the spike protein and preventing the virus from infecting cells in the body. It allows the body to clear the cells, keeps the viral load down, and allows the patient to recover much quicker. And so that's the hope for the president. Even though he's very asymptomatic for the most part now, has a few minor symptoms, but he's really in a good spot right now to start with. But Dr. Connolly's being super aggressive about this, making sure that he stays on top of this, and I think that's the right thing to do.
We have made the biggest strides in therapeutics. Remdesivir now is widely accepted as having shown a lot of success. If we look over and go through between this new Regeneron treatment that the president receives, also people that maybe have struggled even more so, convalescent plasma, but the president having a run of Regeneron, zinc, vitamin D, Pepcid, as John Roberts pointed out, melatonin, a daily aspirin. No word on whether or not remdesivir or hydroxychloroquine are being used by the president. Your thoughts on all of these, because we definitely have greatly, and tell me where I'm wrong here, improved all therapeutics and a combination thereof. Do any of them counteract each other in any way?
No, not at all. Not that we're aware of. I mean, they've all got their own special thing that they bring to the fight. They're all tools in the toolbox. And I think we've gone a long way. The president's invested a lot from the very beginning in making sure that we developed pharmaceuticals that would have an impact on the morbidity and the mortality of this disease. And that's what we're seeing. And so we're developing quite the package of pharmaceuticals to fight coronavirus, in addition to doing the other things like developing a vaccine and things. And these monoclonal antibodies are awesome because they provide a bridge between those two. We can treat with the other medications, and then while we're awaiting the final approval of a vaccine, we can use these monoclonal antibodies to really make a lot of progress. So yeah, we've got a lot going on. A lot has happened, and we've got a lot of really exciting developments that have already happened, and more that are on the way.
Do you have a therapeutic of choice for yourself? And what would you do, God forbid, you ever got this virus?
Well, I think currently this is the best one right now. I mean, they either use the remdesivir and stuff for patients that are more critically ill, that are in the ICU, that are having other issues, not necessarily being used in the past in patients that have very minor symptoms like the president has, or patients that are asymptomatic. But these monoclonal antibodies can be used in patients that don't have symptoms to keep them from developing symptoms. They can be used theoretically, prophylactically to keep people that don't have it from getting it. And then they can be used to treat minor symptoms like the president has. So I think this is the best option right now. And I think that, they looked at all these options. They went over everything Dr. Connolly did with experts all over this country to figure out what the best options were. Yeah. And I think they settled on the right one. And it's another reason why he's at Walter Reed. Walter Reed's an incredible facility. I helped build that facility over the last few years. And the president can do everything he needs to do that he would normally do in the White House there and get outstanding care with unbelievable access to the world's, leading specialists and he'll bring people in from Hopkins and NIH and everywhere else to talk to him to make sure they're not missing something. And then they have all the facilities there to do anything they might need to do with x-rays and lab work and things of that nature. So he's in the right place. He's getting the right medication, and they're doing it quickly, which I think is going to pay off.
Dr. Ronny Jackson, thank you for that insight.